Are we living in a matrix? Sort of like a video game that's pre-programmed. That's what I want to talk about today, because this question, I find it's a fun question to contemplate and to think about. And there are actually quite a few things that indicate that, yeah, this might just be what this life is, one big simulation. I'm Linda Armstrong. If you're new to my channel, I want to introduce myself. I'm an energy healer and an awakening coach. And what I do is to just clear subconscious programming, patterns, beliefs that are holding us back from really stepping into our full potential to create the life that we love. And that's my website, lovemylife.coach. And clearing this subconscious programming, all the stuff running in the background that could be hindering you. We want to keep all the good stuff, but we want to reprogram the things that hold us back. Well, it's all done through this beautiful energy of love. So that's what I'm all about, and that's what I share here on my channel. So having just said what I do, which is to clear subconscious programming, it's no wonder that I often think about this concept of, are we actually living in the matrix? Is this just some pre-planned programming that we're carrying out? So for me, I think the first time, before I even came to the work that I do now, I think the first time I ever really started contemplating seriously the possibility of this was from watching the movie Men in Black. And you know how the cat had the collar with the globe, not the globe, it was a galaxy within it, like it was carrying a galaxy on its collar as it's walking around throughout this movie. So, why not? I mean, really, we are creative beings, right? So who's to say what's possible, what is not possible? I mean, some of the things that we live today in our life, years ago, people would have thought could never be. Totally impossible, right? But no, it's a reality now. And reality, we just all keep contributing to this big game of life, matrix. And as that is happening, we're just evolving and growing and evolving and growing, and new possibilities are coming in all the time. And now, I'm going to talk about this matrix thing today from just my fun kind of understanding, totally right brain understanding of this. But you can find many videos out there where you have people, scientists, talking about how this just might be, right? So, like one thing that comes to my mind is, okay, so we're creative beings, right? We can decide how to play this game. So rather than, experience comes up, okay, part of the game is presenting you this problem, and we can get all caved and crushed and, not know what to do and feel like our life is over, the game is over, whatever, right? Or we could look at it for what it is. Okay, this is a situation. There must be many different angles on how to handle this situation. And so if it was a game, maybe you just look through your toolbox and you pick out, I don't know, I don't want to say the weapon, but a lot of games use weapons, right? Or the tool or whatever it is. I don't play a lot of video games. I used to, so I don't know how you use that terminology, but you just pick out, I'm going to say the tool that you need that will fix that thing or take care of it or zap it away or whatever it is. Why can't that be? Because really, there are so many things that we can do in any situation. We tend to get ourselves locked into our mind about the one or two that we think is the only way it could happen, and we don't see how it could possibly work out for me, right? That kind of a thing. I still get stuck in those kind of places. But what's fun for me, what I found works for me, is that if I can look at it objectively, like I pull myself outside of the character that is Linda, and I'm the one operating her, I can look at it more objectively, like, okay, so this thing is there. Well, Why don't we try this? But from a softer energy, like not getting so caved in about it. So truly, by looking at it as if it is a game. So, you know, I'd like to see what your thoughts are on about that. And I know some of you could be going through some really tough stuff, and I actually am going through something pretty tough right now. And I think I'm making this video because I'm finding my way around it by looking at it through the eyes of this is just a game, and I can find the tools. I have the tools to shift the direction of whatever that problem is, right? Now, what brings to mind too is I'm being reminded, because I know I wanted to talk about this, is that so I feel that it's true. I've felt experience like this where, we've lived many lives, and we before in between lives, before birth, pre-birth planning takes place, where in the spirit realm, soul level, you're working with your soul team to kind of set up your experiences for this life. You choose who's going to do this to you and who's going to do that, all for the purpose of learning something. You came here, I know it's a big concept. You came here choosing your life experience, the good stuff and the bad stuff, okay? And the bad stuff is there to grow. Now, many times you've had something bad in your life. 5 years later, you're like, wow, this is the best thing that could have ever happened to me. Okay, yeah, it was part of the program. And you did whatever you needed to do to learn and grow and evolve into this next part of you, this next level of the game. So I'll actually put a link down below on a great book that explains this whole idea, concept, reality, however you want to look at it, of pre-birth planning. It's no coincidence that your family members are your family members, right? Or when you meet someone and you're like, God, I know you, but you cannot figure it out because really, you're all part of some bigger plan and this soul family. And some of these people that are part of your soul family, they come in just for a moment or they come in for the lifetime, right? So, okay, I'm going off on another tangent, but getting back to the game. Okay, so if you look at it like that, so we're planning all these pieces, all these parts to this simulation of this lifetime. Yeah. So now if we have so many different lifetimes going on at all times, then your soul, you are experiencing so many different things in so many different places. And, this is jumping into this concept because for me, I know I felt it. And again, you can look for YouTube videos out there. People talk about this and explain how it could be. But I've actually felt it where I was like in another place in time for moments. I had it happen just the other day again. I'm like, wow, it's happening to me more often because I know where, for me, I feel like they're little glimpses of actually this life in the future, of where I'm planning on going. It's like I'll just see. And I'm not in meditation. That comes in meditation, okay? But I mean, walking through my day-to-day life and having this flash, and I bet you have it all the time too. You just don't know what it is. So pay attention to that kind of stuff. Or is it just some kind of little glitch in the matrix, in the game, in the programming that allows you to jump into this other part of the game that you haven't experienced yet, but you see a flash of it? Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about that before, but it all can come back to how this could just very well be the Matrix. I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to say about that. I might just leave it at that and have you kind of think about these things for yourself. But so actually, the toolbox, for me, I know with the work that I do in helping people to clear subconscious programming, patterns, beliefs, the tool that works, that does that, the thing that works through me is just channeling this amazing energy of love, that creator energy. So if, say it's the creator that made up all these programs and that we're going through and that we're learning and growing and evolving, well, I know that creator to be pure love. So that's like the energy I'm tapping into. It's kind of like the pipeline, or I'm plugging into this source of what fixes all the problems. So yeah, couldn't that just be part of the game too, right? Going right to the source to get what you need to solve this problem. So when I'm doing this with my work, I just kind of channel that source for people to help clear those things, and it's pretty amazing. And for me, it can be quite overwhelming sometimes. I mean, I was coaching one of my clients yesterday, and I was like just in tears because the energy was so strong. This energy of love. And so when I experienced that, and maybe some people think it's crazy, but I mean, I experience this overwhelming love when I'm working with someone. Um, it just it just lets me know, yeah, okay, this is a thing I need to tap into, not only for them but also for myself. So that's what I'll work on. And what makes it easier for me to tap into that energy is when I can look at the problems and solution as problems, things happening that are showing up in the game within the matrix. Um, I know that if I can connect to that energy, to that source energy, that fuel of love, that everything will just be solved. It'll just go. It's kind of like the surrender thing, which is really a struggle. But when you surrender, you're tapping into that pure love. So, yeah, so if I can look at it like it's just a game, and I know I can win this game because, I probably wrote the programming for it, right? So I know somewhere in there is what it is I'm here to experience from it and learn and grow from it. And so that just makes it softer, right? So if you can look at life as a game, games are meant to be fun, right? Now, there might be hurdles along the way, and some of us thrive on the hurdles because it makes us feel ourselves more, right? So there could be a purpose in some way for those hurdles for people in that way, right? Okay, so I'm rambling on. I'm going to stop right here, but I'm just leaving you with the question for yourself. Is this all just a simulation? Are we really living in the matrix? We just can't see behind ourselves as to how we're programming it, right? But here we are, here and now. Everything feels real, but everything is just a mirror, a reflection of what's going on within. I definitely have to do a video on that because that takes a bit of time to explain that one. But many of you may already have that concept. So anyway, everything is within you. Okay, they're reminding me, everything's within you. That control panel that operates the game, it's all in there. It's all in there, whatever you want to call there. If we're looking at the physical body, well, it's somewhere in there. I'd say it's in your heart. In your heart, in your gut, that belly brain. And the mind is just the computer that's processing all of it. But that's all. What more can I say? I think I said enough. I would love to hear your comments of whether you think this is ridiculous, wacky, you're out of your mind, Linda, or, I've had these questions too, and here's my take on it. And this is what I think, and this is how I play my game. Yeah, put that stuff in the comments below because that would be a really cool conversation. So anyway, I wish you peace, love, and light. And I do have this free meditation below, which works to reprogram your subconscious mind. It's really cool. It works with like the inner child subpersonality part of you that you can reprogram, and it's quite enjoyable. So I invite you to get that. I would love you to subscribe, like, share, especially comment. Whatever came into your mind about all this weird stuff I just talked about, I'd love to hear your ideas on it. Bye.